Hey all, early morning. Kind of wanted to get up before the ground started getting muddy because we actually did get below freezing last night, so it was pretty cool. Because I gotta use the skid loader today, we're setting up breeding pens for the big ducks and geese. Gotta get them out of the slop hole that their pen is right now. So kind of wanted the ground to be frozen so it wouldn't sink as bad or make as bad of a mess. So we got the skid loader running right now. The Wrangler's plugged in, getting warmed up, because we're going to need another bale and the skid loader can't pick them up, but we can use that. Need the skid loader to get the shed door open and to spread out the bales. I mean, I can at least roll them around and tear them up. So let's hop to it. Yeah, definitely didn't freeze hard enough, that's for sure, but I wasn't thinking it was going to, but it sure would have been nice. So anyway, these are some of my nesting boxes that I've made. Pretty simple. Just some 2x4s or 2x6s cut in half. And then plastic blue drums with a tin canopy. I'm actually making some new ones that'll be a little different. And then we'll probably later in the video here. But I made them so the barrels don't have bottoms. So what I do is I'll do like a bed of corn stalks. I'll set the things on top, and then I'll get straw and then pack them full, and then that'll be the nesting boxes. I already got all the 3 pens are fenced in and done. This one I had to fix one of the boards. It was a little froze to the ground when I first picked it up when I moved these around the other day. So just gotta get this section fenced in. And So been pretty busy. Almost done. We got these 5 pens set up. I just have to, run the fence from this corner all the way down to the front, or all to the other side for the front. We got these 4 pens over here. I just about had them done a few days ago already, and we got the pools out and got the ducks moved in here. There is 1 trio per pen, 1 drake, 2 hens per pen, and then so 2 pens are young drakes on old hens, and then 2 pens are old drakes on young hens. And they hadn't started laying yet, but I don't know if that, I can't zoom in with this little camera, but there's an egg laying there, so I kind of figured with the warmer weather they were going to be starting, and so I was trying to get this all done here so I can get the geese moved over. But one thing you might have been wondering about, you always see these bricks. I got 1 on each side of the fence, and pretty much all that is it's the fact that I'm not very tall. And I'm not short by any means. I'm 5'8", but when you're running a 36-inch fence and your inseam on your trousers is only 30, that doesn't work out so well. That's really just so I can get over the fence easy. So here we are out in goose breeder pens and the duck breeder pens. This project has been going on, or it's been done for a while. I just haven't been able to get to the camera work. We've had too many days where it's just straight up too windy, or it's been raining to videotape, and there are other days where I just was too busy and had other stuff. So yeah, here we go. I'll just go through the rest of it here, and then yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit. So I split everybody up in the breeder pairs or trios or whatnot. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of giant dewlap Toulouse. There's 3 pairs of gray, 1 pair buff. You know, each pen has these little huts that I built. They really should be anchored to the ground, just because, I mean, unless you're paying attention to where the wind comes from, they're usually just fine. Otherwise, what I ended up doing with these, since, you know, a few of them days that we had that was all windy coming from different directions, what I did with these is I actually tucked them up against the fence, and there's a heavy fence post behind each one, and that seemed to help keep them from tipping. So that worked out pretty good. Otherwise, it kind of just pays to do a little homework on which direction the wind tends to come from, and then if you can just position them that way so the wind can't grab them. This pen, we got a trio. There's a blue American gander, and then there's a half-breed hen, and then there is a lavender American goose. She's either laying or she's in her sitting mode already. She should really only have one egg under her because I pick daily. In this big pen, you know, I moved my tin bird house in. This was actually like a big shipping crate that I converted into a bird hut for turkeys like 4 years ago or so, last time I had turkeys. But this has blue Americans in, 2 ganders, 3 geese. And then this pen over here has American lavenders, 1 gander, 3 hens. And then each of these pens just gets a feed pan, and with them heavy breeds, you really got to pay attention to how much you feed them, because if they get too heavy, they won't breed properly, and you'll have no fertility, which is what I've been running into for the past how many years. Last year, like at the tail end of them laying, then I finally got a couple fertile ones. Hopefully this year will be better. I tried trimming them down sooner, but they really should be separated a lot sooner so you can trim, you know, start shortening up the feed. Because I think what happens is they push the ducks out and they still keep eating too much, and then the ducks don't get enough. But then, so what I do for filling the waters, it's not like I'm all big into being green. I'm more so, I don't like waste. So when we put a new basement under the house, that kind of put the sump pump down in the water table, so the thing runs constantly. So what I got all these 250 gallon tanks, and I just park them up at the house, put the sump pump hose in, and then I just set them on these stacks of pallets here, and that's what I use to fill the pools. Like one full 250 gallon tank here covers all them pools except 2, and then those 2, my hose doesn't quite reach to fill them, so I just fill them with a garden hose off the tap on the side of the house. So that's about it for now. I'm thinking, see if I get a little help later in the week. I'll do a short video about how to determine the gender of geese. You know, geese, I can show you my multiple different methods of how I determine the gender. I mean, ultimately I just go with vent sexing, but there's ways to tell just by watching them too. So I think that'd be kind of a nice little video to have to show people my process and that. I'll just need somebody to help me, see if I can get someone to help me hold the camera. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Hope you have a good week, and hope you had a happy Easter.